Everyone keeps saying that SEO is dying, but the data actually says the exact opposite. And I'm the most bullish on SEO that I've probably ever been since I got into it a couple years ago. Google searches are at an all-time high, ChatGPT usage is skyrocketing, and Adobe just acquired SEMrush this week for nearly $2 billion. SEO isn't dying. I would actually say it's entering its golden era. Here's what's actually happening. People aren't choosing between Google and AI. They're using both. Google users search about 15 times more than AI search users. ChatGPT is becoming the world's primary information engine, but Google still reigns supreme as the primary transaction engine. And I would say e-commerce brands are really finally waking up to this. After a slow summer in 2025 with tariffs, reduced consumer spending, it's been a really hard fucking year for e-commerce. But anecdotal data on my side of my agency and other agencies I speak with, e-commerce brands are investing more in SEO and AI SEO than ever. I guess, as I said, my agency included. So let's start with the headline reason why SEO isn't dead yet. SEMrush was acquired by Adobe for $1.9 billion earlier this week. Congratulations to the SEMrush team on that. It's more than an SEO tool. It does PPC, it does content marketing, it has AI integrations. So I think Adobe probably had a bigger picture in mind when they acquired it, but nonetheless, really good sign for the SEO industry that the leading SEO platform is being acquired for nearly $2 billion. The SEO industry and software statistics, I got this from Exploding Topics. The global market for SEO is expected to grow to $143.9 billion by 2030, up from $82.3 billion in 2023. That's an extra $60 billion in 7 years, 8.3% growth, compounding annual growth for those 7 years. Definitely not an industry that's dying. Would you be adding $60 billion? Mobile SEO alone is expected to grow at 10% by the same timeline. So again, not dying at all, growing tremendously. And more people are searching on Google than ever. The average number of Google searches per second has grown by about 4,000 since 2024. 370 million searches happening worldwide over the course of an hour, 4.7% growth year over year. More people are using Google than ever. Simple as that. Google has the biggest market share. It's about 82 or 83%, I think, right now, and it's still growing. ChatGPT is into the picture. It's not taking away users. It is supplementing users to Google. In the US alone, Google processes over 1.2 trillion searches annually. It's the most used search engine. We live in a bubble. Being in SEO and AI and e-commerce, you think everyone uses ChatGPT. Still not the truth. But more people are searching on ChatGPT than ever. Of course, I think it's like one of the top 10 or 20 most visited sites on the internet, which is insane given that it's not been around very long. But ChatGPT is growing, right? 265 million number of visits in December, up to 683 in January of 2023. July of 2025, 5.2 billion, which is insane, up 10.5% from the previous period in January. People are searching a lot on ChatGPT. Now, caveats, nuance to this. 99% of those using generative AI platforms like ChatGPT, like Gemini, like Claude, like Perplexity, also continue to use search engines. They are using them together. They are not using one or the other. ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Perplexity, whatever, information. Google, transaction. So if you're an e-commerce brand, what does this mean for you? Well, blog content, informational queries that people are going to help kind of answer questions, get information about you, they're going to use an LLM, right? You can be visible in that. You can be visible kind of at the top of that information funnel there. But if people are going to spend money, as of current and as of what the next few months look like, it is going to be on Google, right? From all of our brands, we're seeing revenue from ChatGPT and other LLMs be less than like 2% of total revenue, whereas organic search is somewhere in like the 20 to 40% range, depending. Now, of course, there's some exceptions. I put out a case study a couple weeks ago. A brand did $100K this year from ChatGPT. I think that number still was it was low single-digit percentages of their entire revenue. So the numbers are low. Is agentic commerce coming? For sure. Is it here right now? No. SEO is still Google. Like the most amount of money from SEO you can make is currently still on Google. If you look at the breakdown of how many people are actually using Google versus ChatGPT and Perplexity, you can see right here, Google users search 13 times more than Perplexity and 16 times more than ChatGPT. That's insane. 200 events per month for Google users, 15 events per month for Perplexity, and ChatGPT 12.2 events. Now, anyone watching this video, if you're an SEO, you're in e-commerce, you're in AI, you probably use ChatGPT 12 times a day, like I do, right? This is the average user. You and I are living in a bubble. The average consumer is still searching on Google a lot of times. Best way to ask this, or best way to like prove this to yourself, is ask your parents, ask your friends, ask your neighbors. They're probably using it for like very basic things, but they're doing all of their shopping on Google. I would also say brands are buying in more. This is, again, pretty anecdotal for me, but our agency is taking more discovery calls than definitely like the last 2 months since we've added our Reddit marketing services, and we've gotten pretty good GEO, AEO, whatever you want to call it. We are getting more discovery calls than I've had all year, and definitely more than last year. So brands are picking up, and they are getting excited about SEO, GEO, AEO, AI SEO, however the hell you want to phrase it. It's obviously been a brutal year for e-commerce. Tariffs sucked. Consumer spending dropped. A lot of brands are down like 20% year over year, and that's like almost a baseline for a lot of brands. But again, Q4 is rolling around. Brands are flush with cash. Q4, Q1 are always traditionally fairly big for not only e-commerce brands, but I would say for e-commerce agencies, myself included. Paid ads are going to continue to get more expensive. They want to decrease competency, and of course, they want to increase their visibility on LLMs. They are betting on the future of agentic e-commerce. As I mentioned, throughout the video, and the stats don't lie, agentic e-commerce is still, I think, a long ways down the road. Your money is best made on Google from SEO. Doesn't mean you can't be visible on AI. But in any case, I'm excited for 2026, and I am still very fucking bullish on SEO.